Get it started right away then. Welcome everyone to episode 8, right? This is episode 8. Yeah, episode 8. We've been doing this for like 2 months now. Incredible. Of the Four Guys the Quarters podcast. I am Inferno 217. We got the usual cast of characters with us today. We got Cafones, Clowns, whatever you want to be called these days, up in the top left. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
We have Assassin, top right. What's up, man?
What's up?
And as usual, we got Chaos. What's up?
Yo.
And today is a Destiny slash Minecraft special podcast. We are only going to be really talking about Destiny and Minecraft. So if you've come for those two topics, you've come to the right place. If you haven't, just stay and learn a little bit of something. And I think you'll enjoy it. But before we get into it, let's talk about our partnered site, xboxculture.com. Recently, we partnered with these guys to, mutually advertise and everything. We joined the site. It's a great site. Follow them on Twitter. They're at xboxculture, and go sign up on the forums at xboxculture.com. Really cool site that basically it's a site for Xbox fans like you, me, and everybody on this panel. And you can get on monthly giveaways. They have awesome giveaways, exclusive interviews that they do one-on-one interviews with developers and stuff. It's really cool. Some written, some video, some audio, the whole bit. And just sign up there, get 10 posts on the forum, and you'll be eligible for some monthly giveaways. And they will be sponsoring us for some giveaways on our podcast at a later time. We haven't determined that yet, but yeah, go check it out. Really cool site. Great guys. Some of them are here tonight. So thanks for coming by. All right, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about Destiny. So, Destiny came out on Tuesday. When was that? The 9th. And some of us had to wait for it, right? Who got it digitally here? I got it digitally. Assassin? No, Assassin did.
Yep.
Clowns. Did everybody get it digitally here, actually?
I think so, yeah.
Yep.
Think so.
Oh, we all got it digitally, so we all had to wait until 3 a.m. Pacific, which is so lame.
Yep.
Let's just get that out of the way right away. What do you guys think about that? 3 a.m. Pacific. I mean, people can just go out in the streets in Boston, where I am, in New York, or wherever on the East, and get it. It can be 3 hours in before you can even have access to it. What do you guys think about that?
I think it's really shitty of them. Oh, I mean, crap.
It's all
I'm
good.
already breaking some rules here.
It's all good.
I think if they're gonna push for a digital downloads and the whole preloading on your console, then they should be up to par with releasing it right when the storefronts get it at 11 p.m. or 11:59 p.m. I mean, if we're gonna take the time and download this stuff digitally like they're wanting us to, because that's the new trend, which I think it's a good thing, because this saves the game developers and the game publishers money, because they don't have to spend the money on these company making the Blu-ray discs for these games. And I know that's got to be a big money loser for them. So if they're going to push for that, they need to be on par with the stores. That's what I think.
Yep. Clowns, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. I think that was just bad judgment on their part. Hopefully, next time come around, they're not going to do this ever again. If they're going to say something at a certain time, let it be that way. Don't make everybody wait.
Yeah, I feel like they changed it at the last second too. Like I think it was me, Chaos, and Assassin on pretty late that night, and I went to the store just to check it out, and I figured it would drop at midnight, and then I went and I looked at the fine print, and it said 3:01 Eastern. So I mean, it did say it there, but I don't think it said it that much earlier than the night before. Assassin, what do you think, man?
I think Microsoft was pushing, I think, way before, the Xbox One came out. Always online crap, and they wanted digital crap. I mean, what were they thinking here?
Well, I think if everybody went digitally, it would drive down the cost in the games, and I think that would have been awesome. But, I mean, with this, they're just sending people away. I mean, I bought it digitally because, I wanted to play the game right away. when in reality I could have driven 10 minutes down the street and gotten it quicker. And I
Yep.
thought, they advertised the preloading. That's really cool, but yeah, it didn't work out quite as I had
No.
hoped.
Nope.
And we got Turtle Boy in the chat saying it sucks having to wait another 3 hours. Yeah, it does suck because then you go
It
on your,
does.
you're on your Xbox and you're still hyped up for the game that you're waiting for. If you're preloading it, you're pretty hyped up about it. So you're probably online, you're waiting, and some people waited till 3 a.m. to play it, and you're looking at your
Yep.
friends list and people are playing it, and you're like, you know what? Damn it, I should have just gone and just gotten it at the store, but this is what they're trying to push, and I thought it was great. It worked flawlessly for me, the preloading and everything, just going and loading on the system. It was all loaded up for me, but I had to wait. But yeah, so that's how we feel about that. Let us know what else you guys think. West Coast is the best coast, says Jizzle. Yeah, I guess it is for preloading. I guess you don't miss out. So, moral of the story, everyone moved to California, right? Or Seattle.
Nope.
Microsoft time. All right, so that was our quick thing about that. Didn't really want to get too much into that since we want to fit a lot into the podcast tonight. But let us get into the hot topic of. Let's just get it right out of the way. Is Destiny worth it? Was Destiny good? Are we liking it so far? Let's start with Clowns first, actually, because I know he has the most to say about. Not the most to say necessarily, but he is passionate about this. Let's go to him first.
All right, so I'm gonna try to be as polite as possible. I don't think it was worth the money for that game. I think that they threw something together. The graphics, yes, they're very great. They're amazing. They're good. The graphic artists that they hired, excellent. But let me ask you something. Where is the story? There's hardly any bit of a story that you can actually follow. You could jump from mission to mission. It just makes absolutely no sense to be able to do that. And I just want to go here real quick, but Assassin beat the game in less than 24 hours, like not even a half a day time spent in, and he beat that game. On top of that, the weapons, these weapons are horrible. Everything looks the same for each class of weapon. If you look at other games, like even just Borderlands, or you look at Call of Duty, or you look at Battlefield, you could change the scopes, you could change the clips, you could change so many things about your weapon, even the skin of the weapons. And these weapons, no, it's just like the coders made some weapons stronger, the game developers did, but where was the graphic artist during this time? I mean, were they even coordinating with each other?
Mm-hmm.
It was horribly scripted together there as far as the weapon system. The upgrade system for your characters, like the upgrade abilities, it kind of like is a knockoff of Borderlands to me, except that Borderlands has so many different paths for your characters, and I just feel like they took so much from Borderlands and took so much from Halo, like the double jumps looks like Borderlands. And if you run with the Hunter and you hold one of those hand cannons, it looks like you're Zero holding a gun in Borderlands. I mean, they might as well have just taken Warframe and throw an HD texture pack on top of it. At least that's the way I feel. Maybe the DLC, we'll see something new. Maybe we'll add like a thicker story, something that gets your money's worth out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But before we go to anybody else, let's just go to the chat really quick 'cause it's moving a little bit fast. Garrett says the sound in the picture is lagging a little bit. If somebody else can confirm that, that'd be good because I don't think we've ever had that problem before. 30 BSFT19, I think that says 30 plus hours and not worth $60. I don't think any of us have gotten 30 plus good hours into this game. Have we?
No.
I mean, maybe we've played 30 hours, but I mean, there isn't 30 hours worth of content. You're going and replaying stuff over and over and over.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna cut in there, Inferno.
Yep.
With Borderlands, you could play that game over and over and over and develop different characters over and over and over.
Mhm.
You can customize them, change their pathways. You can do so much. And that if they would have just taken that idea from Borderlands and threw it in Destiny, it would have just made the game fantastic. But I have no clue what Bungie was thinking on this one. I think they definitely dropped the ball.
I think there were some like interviews floating around out there with Bungie I don't know if they were designers or whatever they were, but I remember seeing somewhere that they were letting the level stay low because the soft cap, there is still a soft cap level cap, and it's 20 still, as was announced a long time ago, and they wanted to put the emphasis on the loot. Well, where is the loot? I mean, we've had games like Borderlands where there's so much loot and people are loving those kind of games, and then you get a game like this where you think you're going to get a lot of diversity in the loot, and you don't really. I mean, from what I've seen so far. So, I mean, that's a good place to start, I think, because, I mean, we've had a game like Borderlands, and, we've seen a lot of loot drops and stuff in games like that. So why don't we start there, not, like, waver all over the place and go, like, topic by topic here. So we know how Clowns feels about the loot. Chaos, what do you think about the loot?
For me, in the beginning, I wasn't getting a lot of Ingrams. Ingrams is the in-game stuff you get that you take to somebody, and they pretty much. It's sort of like legendaries in Diablo. If anybody's ever played Diablo, you get a legendary, you can sort of see what it is, but you don't know for sure until you inspect it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ingrams are like that. I wasn't getting a lot in the beginning, but I've noticed now that after I've become level 20, I'm getting a lot of, Ingrams, some rare ones, some blue ones. But, going along with Clowns here, I totally agree. I think there's not enough diversity in the guns. I mean, they all do look a little alike. Especially the assault rifles. I mean, most of them look alike, but the properties, I think, are quite different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For all of them. But that's the only thing diverse in them. And, I haven't seen an exotic weapon, but from what I've seen, I think I've seen an exotic sniper the other day. That's just what I've seen. It looks different. And, it has different properties to it. So, maybe that's just the thing. Maybe it's just, they're keeping all the diversity for the exotic and the legendaries, but,
yeah,
I haven't got an exotic yet, so, we'll see.
And just to give everybody a little point of reference here in terms of how much time we've put into the game, I think I'm a level 18, so I haven't played a lot of it. I think Clowns is too. Assassin, I think, is a level 22. Is that right?
Yep.
And Chaos,
Almost
what are you?
23.
I'm level 21.
Okay, so I mean, 2 out of the 4 of us have beaten the game, right? Clowns, you haven't beaten it, right? Yeah. So me and Clowns have not finished the entire story once over. So, but the other 2 have. So that's just a point of reference here in terms of our opinions. Well, let me just go to the chat really quick because it is kind of flowing a little bit. In the Face 42 says, you're still playing through all those same quests again and again in Borderlands. Totally agree with that. Totally agree. Destiny adds content from 20 to 30, especially loot. You'll be happy, but boy, does it need more loot. Yeah, see, I think the difference in Borderlands, playing through the same quests over and over again, is that because the abilities are so different between character to character, I think it makes a completely different experience. Like, this essentially is a high majority of gunplay, right? Would you guys all agree with that? It's mostly gunplay.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentage would be for gunplay versus like skill, like the actual unlockable skills and the character unique skills? What do you think is the ratio? I put like 7-30, if not even more towards the guns.
I'd go 90-10.
Yeah, 90-10.
Towards the guns.
Yeah, see, so
Yep.
I mean, I roll with
the
the Titan,
abilities.
so.
The abilities are nice, I think, but they're not suited for, I guess, your standard, RPGs. I guess. I mean, yeah, it would have been nice if we could have done something different, but you got the warlocks who've got the crowd control, and each subclass gets a different ability too, which I don't really care for the warlocks, subclass
yeah. Mm-hmm.
ability. It's just like a buff to yourself, which I don't see how that works, but I know the Titan subclass, the defender, is used really well. in PvP arenas, but
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
are they really worth it to go that far? The only one that seems really, really interesting to me is the Blade Dancer. Like, that looks the most coolest out of all of them, where you run around with a blade and just like knifing people.
Mhm.
But it brings you back to the whole Borderlands thing. You know, is that's zero, because you can go invisible and you can blink around and teleport and stuff like that. So
Yeah. So let me just go back to the chat again really quick, and then we'll get back on that. People are saying there's no skill in the game. That's what Garrett says. I don't know about that.
no.
Um,
Let me just give you an example. Okay, this game has no auto aim. So for anybody who's ever played a first-person shooter, you know what auto aim is. There's no option to turn auto aim off in this game, so there is no auto aim. This is a skill-based shooter, and headshots do count.
mhm.
So, I mean, if you're in PvP and you're losing a gunfight, 9 times out of 10 it's probably the netcode, because we were experiencing a little bit of that
Oh,
earlier.
geez,
But
yeah, we'll get to the multiplayer a little bit more, but geez, that's a spoiler. The netcode is awful so far.
But most of the time, the reason why you lost the gunfight is because they had a headshot and
Mhm.
you didn't.
Yeah.
But I'd say that's 10% of the time, not all the time, from
Right.
what I've seen.
Right. So kind of back to like the abilities versus gunplay thing. Maybe get an opinion from Clowns and Assassin about that. Clowns, maybe first, if you got an opinion on that.
On which aspect?
Like the
does-
ratio between gunplay and abilities, and because you were a big Borderlands player too. Me and you were big Borderlands players. Assassin, I don't think you've played Borderlands, right? Or you played the
I've played it, but just not
really
like probably
deep.
you guys played it.
Yeah, so I mean, we're used to that kind of like, you can use your abilities fairly often, and that's a big part of the game. So in this, does it make it feel a little stale that it doesn't have so much to do with skill and it's mostly gunplay, or for
Yeah.
you think?
It's very disappointing to me. I think they need to balance that out a bit, and it's just that it just doesn't seem fair. It doesn't seem balanced
Yeah,
in that aspect.
yeah. Assassin, what do you think, man?
It's definitely more gunplay. I mean, I'm using the Blade Dancer subclass on the Hunter or whatever. And I mean, you have the grenade, and then I use double jump all the time, but I hardly use my ability. I mean, because it's so close, and when you're higher level, you play the higher mission stuff, so you're gonna get destroyed if you're really close up.
Right.
But I mean, a lot of the abilities is sit like the one I just unlocked. Sit in like one spot, you'll go invisible.
Right.
I mean, who
what
sits
is the
in-
value of that?
Yeah, besides multiplayer, because there's a lot of campers, who's gonna sit in one spot for more than 2 seconds? And then when you get up and run, you're invisible for like 5 seconds or whatever.
Right.
I mean, it's not gonna help you. But I mean, I could change it up. I forget what the other ones are, but it's just not helping.
Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that Bungie tried with the skill tree thing, because you can go into your character, you have multiple things you can select and multiple upgrades, and if you stick with the primary subclass, I mean, you can level that up fully in, by the time you're level 20 almost. So I mean, that's you can what?
I was level 20, and I've mostly stick with the Voidwalker, so I've not leveled it up completely.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, but you do have options is the point, I think. I mean,
Right.
It's not as many as Borderlands, but they do give you some options, and you can test them out and try them out, whatever suits your play style. But because it's so focused on gunplay, I just think it's, a lot of people are just going to skip it. A lot of people are just going to select what they find is good and not experiment.
It's very lacking in the choices, and that goes the same for the activities. Some of the activities will get stale after a while because, let's face it, there's only a few story missions in here, and then, after that, what is left there to do? You have your strikes missions you can do, and you can, continue to level up your character through getting better gear, and But after that, I mean, what's left? PvP? I mean, as broken as PvP is right now, I mean, they've got to fix that portion of it.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I didn't really want to get into the multiplayer just yet because there are a few other things that we have problems with and there's a few other things we like about the game. So I know the chat is getting into multiplayer like a ton. But we'll talk about multiplayer in just a little bit. I think we should go back to a few of the things about the single player or just the core experience of the game that we like and don't like. Maybe since we just did something we didn't like about with the loot, maybe we'll talk about something that we do like next. And for me, I think we should talk about like the gunplay. I think the majority of us think that the gunplay is very like accurate and solid. Would you guys agree with that or?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that it's very, very solid. It's solid enough for, like I said, I got into the whole no auto aim because there is no option to turn it off. So, I think that's good. I think more games should do that. I mean, a lot of people rely on auto aim.
Yep.
So it teaches you to, more skilled players have that ability to, do this, to play these kind of games with no auto aim.
Mm-hmm.
Then again, it might get into like a Twitch situation where, well, the only reason I died that fight is because that guy was, had that Twitch aim. I really don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, I think it's more skill over saying, well, I had a computer aiming for me.
Right, right. What do the other guys think about that? Do you guys like that there's no auto aim? I mean, it tries to add a little bit of skill into the game, and for the single player, I think it does. I mean, the multiplayer, we'll get to that, but I mean, for the single player, I shouldn't say single player because you can pull people in and fire teams and take on missions and
You can
stuff.
call it
Just the
PvE.
campaign, PvE, whatever. Yeah. What do the other guys think? Either Assassin or Clowns want to go for that or?
I absolutely love that there is no auto aim. I
Mhm.
mean, like if you look at Call of Duty or Battlefield or something, you get that auto aim. I mean, it makes it a little bit difficult. You can aim a little bit, better. Because once you get used to it, you can ready aim right at their head if you're, used to it and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, then you don't get not confused, but like in certain games with like, let's say PvZ, when there's like auto aim or like it ready, like even without even aiming, it locks on sometimes.
Yep.
And it's frustrating because like you maybe want to go right, but then your cursor's like ready moving left or something. It's just annoying.
Mm-hmm. Clowns, what do you think, man?
Either way, it really doesn't bother me or amaze me. People are gonna find ways around it, and eventually, just like Call of Duty and all those other games, there's diehard controllers will come out, and it will just slide over just a tad bit, so it's like an auto aim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I think having no auto aim makes you a better first-person shooter player in general. Like even if you do go back to a game with auto aim, so I think this is gonna, the people who can't get used to it, then they're gonna just suck. But I mean, the people like for us and people who are gonna play and get used to it, I think it'll make us better FPS gamers in general. But apparently, according to the chat, not a lot of people use auto aim or don't even care about it. Or, well, Dicentium Gaming says every shooter should have a little aim assist.
Aim assist, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we're talking about here: aim assist, not auto aim. I mean, I think everybody got that in the chat, but just to clarify. And then Garrett says, I play COD a lot, but never use auto aim. Yeah, I mean, I think the majority of people do use auto aim, though. Would you guys agree with that?
No.
What's that?
Yeah, a lot of people use auto aim, and
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's great that they didn't add it in here. The gunplay feels really, really good to me. And when we got to Mars, Mars is the last planet that you get to. Spoiler alert, a little late, but you get to Mars, and then the enemies are actually like looking cool, and it's getting a lot harder, and the gunplay matters and everything. And when I was playing that, I was like, damn, this is how the whole game should have been. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right. So raids come out Tuesday. All right. So let's talk. Yeah, let's talk about the raids just really briefly. So the raids weren't available immediately at launch. Is this a big deal, you guys? You think it should have been available at launch, clowns?
Absolutely. I mean, they were selling this with the game, you know? It's like, oh, wait for these epic raids. And Assassin, me, and we're just like, really? What raids?
Yep, yep. I mean, I think that was a huge selling point for the game, and they did advertise it, and they were like going these 2-hour epic quests with your friends and everything, and then what? I mean, we got the game, and it wasn't there, and kind of a letdown. Chaos, what do you think? You're okay with waiting for it? Oh, Chaos isn't there. Assassin, you okay with waiting?
Yeah,
for it?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to disagree because the raids are level 26. You have to be level 26 to do the raids,
Mhm.
and if they did that on release, you'd have an unbalanced game. I think. Well, I'm not trying to defend nobody, but I'm saying that if they were available at launch, the people who had more time to play this game would have an advantage
Mhm.
over everybody else.
Mhm.
Because they'd already be level 26, they'd already be having all this cool gear from the raids, and then everybody in PvP would be, that would be their main complaint. Well, the only reason he's killing me is because he has these legendary weapons, these exotic weapons, So that's the reason why I think they waited, is for everybody to reach max level, and then try and, say, okay, well, now you're max level,
But
level up some more.
do you think that they should have had? You think that as they advertise it, you think that they should have had the raids have different levels? Like, say maybe they had raids for like level 10, like milestone levels. So let's say there was like a milestone level 5, milestone level
Mhm.
10, 15. Like if they had raids for those milestone levels, and then it might have taken away a little bit of that. You think they should have done that, or you think it's okay the way they did it?
I think when you say raid, and I think it should be qualified for high level people.
Okay.
I mean, when you played Borderlands, Terramorphous and Crawlmax, I mean, you had to be level 70 to do that kind of stuff, and you had to have a good team. So when you say raids, I mean, most people, when you expect raids, you're thinking, okay, a lot of high level people going up against a lot of high level enemies. So, I mean, milestones, I mean, this game is too short to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't add in a level 15 milestone, because I think once you reach level 20, you've pretty much seen and done it all.
Yeah.
And that's the really sad point. But once you go past 20, it opens up a whole new options for the game. New daily heroic missions, you get a strike playlist, you get get the more character growth through leveling up and getting these other levels. But
all right, so
it's
if we see the raids in there anything like Crawmerax or anything like on that epic of a scale, then maybe you do have a point. I mean, maybe it's good that you didn't, well, not necessarily didn't get it right away, but that you can't play it right away.
They just want. I think what they're trying to do is make sure everybody is geared up and is ready for it. I mean, if they released it right now, I mean, I'm not ready for it. I don't have level 25 or 26 gear, and I'm pretty sure there's people out there that are already ready for it and ready to go. But not everybody is like that. They wanted everybody to have this opportunity to go into these raids. That's why they're waiting a little bit. They didn't want the people who played the most to have this opportunity.
Right. Gotcha. It's a fair point.
Because there are people out there that play it nonstop. Have been playing it since it's released.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were articles on some of the big gaming sites like Kotaku and stuff that were saying there were level 24 and 26 characters within 20 hours. It was just insane. But yeah, I mean that's a fairly good point. Assassin, what do you think? Should have been available right away or no?
I mean, yes, it should have been available But I mean, Chaos brings up some good points about multiplayer and all those other things. So I mean, yes, it goes both ways. But if you're not going to release something that you promised at, maybe not promised at launch, put something else in the game.
There you go. I agree with
I mean,
that. Yep.
I don't want to sit and run through a level where you have to go deploy your ghost. Use like, oh yeah, they're there. Then you go run, kill some more enemies. Be like, oh yeah, shoot those while I defend. Open this. Then you run some more, and then you see this giant reskin small version of a small guy. Where when you just take out your LMG, shoot him like a clip in the face, and he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to keep on going through that over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, add more. That's all I'm asking.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Clowns, you got anything to add to that, or?
I think the raid should have been there from day one.
Yeah.
And their excuse, if they come out with the excuse that it has to do with the level or in PvP, they didn't want to be unfair, it's a joke because let's say that at level 5, everybody could do a raid. You're all going to have the opportunity to get weapons. Let's say at level 7, everybody does a raid. All have opportunity to get weapons. So that would just clear out that imbalance right there.
Mm-hmm. So what does the chat think? Let's get the chat in this a little bit. Do you think they should have had like, raids at certain level, milestones, or you think they should have just waited? Because I think there's good argument to be made on both sides. I think Chaos makes a good point. And I think, Cons is making a good point, and Assassin says they should have added something in, to occupy us until the raids came out. I think that would have been a great idea. I think in the chat, Little Turbo Boy just said, where are the community events? That's a great point. Where are the community events? I think that would have occupied us. And if there was content to take up the time, I think this wouldn't even be a point we're making right now. But let us know in the chat. Chaos, you got something else?
The community events are coming. They're working on that. The last thing I've read online is, all this stuff is coming up soon. But we got to think too. They just released. They're trying to make sure the game is stable.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this about the game. This is one good point about it. This has been probably one of the smoothest releases I've seen. I haven't seen the servers go down once. I've had a few connection issues, but I have not seen them go down once, and you don't see that in a lot of big time, multiplayers. Call of Duty usually goes out the first night. So, and that's same goes for Battlefield. I have not, I've seen Battlefield go down a lot, but this has been probably one of the smoothest that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And that I think that goes more to the beta test than anything, beta and alpha test they did.
Yep. I think they got some good feedback. I think they got a lot of people out there playing the alpha and the beta. And the release has been smooth. I wish they could have tested did they test a community event? I don't think they did. They didn't, right?
No, I don't think they. I don't think they did.
That would have been cool.
They did a test.
That would have been cool.
There is, real-time events, out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It'll come up automatically, everybody be able to join in on that. But it doesn't seem like there's a lot of them at the time.
Right.
I think they're just doing a little bit at a time just to see how it's panning out. And then eventually they're going to add more to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Clowns, you got something? I feel like you got something.
I'm just, these everything, it's like the raids, community events, and I'm just thinking here, I'm like, wow, where's the stuff to do in this game? It's not.
I think, see, I think, like, if everything that was advertised was in the game, I think that it wouldn't have as sour of a taste in our mouths as it does for the majority of us. And I understand it takes time, but, like, advertise it as such. It's a big title because there was a lot of hype around it, a lot of advertising in general. A lot of the advertising that you saw on TV and on YouTube ads and stuff didn't even mention the raids. So people were getting hyped on this just on the hype alone. And a lot of people have mentioned that in the chat, that it's all about the hype machine. It's all about the hype machine. It's definitely about the hype machine.
Okay.
And people got hyped for this just on the game alone, and knowing that everyone was going to be playing it, and that it was a collaborative game, and that everybody could join in and play together and stuff, and take on these raids and big groups and everything. and people are into that kind of game, but there's just got to be more for me. There's just got to be more. Assassin, you got anything?
Well, I was reading the chat and someone's asking about Warframe.
Okay, go ahead.
I hate to say this, but I would grab it, even though it is laggy and it sometimes doesn't want to work. And but I mean, the missions are longer than anything you can get in Destiny.
Right.
There's more enemies, more action. I mean, you can even wall run and just sneak.
Yeah, but it controls like a mess, though.
Yeah, but the controls are a little mess.
Oh my god.
But I mean, Clowns has said this before. I mean, the story's longer. So yeah.
I would check it. I would just check it out. I mean, it's free. What are you gonna, Whoever said that? Oh, Dicentium Gaming. Check it out. Just check it out. I mean,
I want to bring up a quick point here.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is not the first little MMO I've played on consoles. I used to play a game called Defiance, and that was one that released on the 360.
Yeah. And
that game
go ahead.
did not have any kind of story either, and the activities were none, and the PvP kind of sucked. So this whole MMO thing that the consoles are doing, I think they just need to, make them a little bit better than what they've been.
Yeah. Definitely agree. And I know we've talked about this, internally off air, but I just want to bring it up since we're talking about, Destiny, of course. But isn't it a little interesting that there are no reviews for this game yet? It came out on Tuesday.
Yeah, I find that very interesting that nobody has reviewed it or gave it a score yet.
Yeah.
I think this all goes back to maybe people are feeling that it's not going to have the best reviews, and maybe they're waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is through Activision or Bungie or who's doing this, but, right now for me, and I'm not going to lie to you, because I've been talking about a lot of the bad stuff on the game.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, I'm enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the factor that it's something new, it's something to play.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm enjoying it. I mean, yes, the missions are repetitive and they're boring, but I'm liking the character growth. I like my character. I'm growing him. I mean, I'm slowly leveling him up. I want the exotic weapons. I want the legendaries. But, I've got to go through the grind, and a lot of RPG people know what that grind is.
Yeah.
And the same goes for, like, Borderlands. You didn't just go into a raid with Terramorphous and the legendary dropped. You had to do it several fucking times. I mean, my bad. I didn't mean to cuss.
It's good. You're getting passionate. That's good. Go ahead.
But, you had to do it several times to get that legendary, and sometimes it wouldn't drop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I think the harder levels had the higher chance to get you the legendary, If you look at games like Diablo and stuff, the higher levels do that. They give you the chance to get legendaries more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wait, somebody said something in the chat that I want to bring up really quick. Warframe is so clunky, and the Phase 42 said, well, I definitely agree with that. But I would definitely pick it up because it's free. So if you like it, then it's awesome because it's free. So why not? I don't know. I can't remember what it was. Happy Wars is free and it's better. Oh my god. Just wait until that comes to Xbox One. I'll be on that. I'll be on Happy Wars.
Oh my god. That's going to be a grind to win. Whoever's played the most and spent the most money is going to win the most.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Definitely.
But it'll probably, like you said, it'll probably be better.
Yeah.
Probably get better reviews.
So Destiny, what else do we get on Destiny, really?
Inferno, there's a point that you want to bring up about the levels and the chests and the weapons you
Oh,
get.
thank you. That was it. Thank you. Yes, clowns. All right. So let's just. But this kind of ties into the loot, into the progression of the story a little bit. I'm not going to give any, spoilers away this time. Diabolic, if you're still there, sorry. Um, but so we were on Mars and we were doing a mission, and I think the lowest level of us was 17. I think was the lowest level at that point, and we were doing a mission, and we're killing these guys, and we finished the mission. I think maybe we didn't finish the mission. It was kind of towards the beginning, and we found a golden chest. Now the golden chest, they're only, what are they per map per world?
5 per map.
For 5. Okay, so there's 5 per planet, right? And we found one on Mars, which is one of the last levels in the game, and we were level 17. And it gave us a level 10 uncommon weapon. How does that make any sense whatsoever? I mean, you can't even go into it until you're levels. Well, I think you can go into it, but recommended level is like 16 or 17, and it gives you a level 10. Like, come on.
Yep.
I mean,
I've never.
Heartbreaking.
I think I recorded it. I'm gonna have to check my Xbox. I do have it.
The only and I'm not. I don't know how that would have happened, because what they have said is all the gear is level specific to you. Even when the Ingrams drop, they're supposed to be level specific when you decode them.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how exactly that happened, unless there was a level 10 buy, or the mission was level 10. I'm not sure. That's weird.
Yeah, maybe it was glitched or something. I don't know.
That's
on the Mars mission that we did, Inferno Assassin and Assassin was like level 22, 23.
right.
Inferno, I think, was like level 18. I was level 17. Me and Inferno both grabbed the chest. We both got level 10 items. There was no level 10 near us, and all the enemies were like level 17 and 18. It was a legendary Colossus people and all those guys with big shields.
Wow. Yeah. See, I don't understand how that could have happened, but that's definitely not right at all. It should have been level specific. So
Yeah. I mean,
definitely should have been.
maybe they'll fix that in a patch or something. But that was just so funny. I can't believe I didn't record it. Unfortunately. God damn it! No, I only recorded multiplayer matches. So Turtle Boy says, I think loot drops are randomized.
The colors are, but the Ingrams are supposed to be level specific. What you get in the chest, though, I'm not sure now anymore about that, because I thought all that shit was. Oh, my bad. All that stuff was supposed to be,
Right.
level specific, but I guess that's not true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. It was kind of glitchy, kind of weird, but yeah. So that's a little broken at the time, but maybe they'll fix it in a patch. I don't know. But somebody made something. Oh, Garrett says, I've seen someone get an exotic chest for the wrong class. Wow, that sucks. That really sucks.
Yeah, I've seen that happen before too, and I've heard it on Reddit. When anybody gets those purple legendary Ingrams, I mean, before you decode them, look at them, because they do say that. I say legendary or exotic item, random class. So it could be not even for the class you're using, which is kind of bull.
Yeah, definitely.
But in a game that only offers 3 classes and 3 character slots, they're kind of hoping that you make another character. Which,
yeah, that's true, but you can't swap it.
Nope.
So
you can't swap it, but you can put it in your vault and use. And your vault is accessible to all your characters.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know
it's shared
that.
between it. Yeah.
Okay, then. So then there you go. If you get the exotic and it's not, or the legendary, it's not for your class, then that'll just encourage you to make a new one. I mean, that's fine.
I mean, you should. I mean, I know there's not much to see, not much to do, but you should at least try another class and see what you like. And I mean, I'm going for that Blade Dancer because, Assassin made it look so good, but,
Yeah, yeah.
I started with the Warlock, and now I've got it to where I'm blinking around the map, which is pretty freaking cool, I have to say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I mean, some of the stuff does look really cool in this game. I mean, I know we're knocking it a little bit, but I mean, there are positive things. So, I mean,
graphically, it looks
so gorgeous, so good looking. One of the best on the console for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Assassin. I feel like
Yep.
you haven't said anything in a while. You got anything to say about this?
Well, the problem I have with the loot, I mean, I've seen it more when I was lower level. I kept on getting the same exact item.
Oh, definitely true. Go ahead. Yeah, keep
It
going.
was annoying. And then, like, I mean, it was giving me monies, which I like monies, and all that glitter. And, but then, like, I know this is going to multiplayer, but, like, yesterday, remember Inferno? We played a match in progress. I was in there for 3 seconds. I walked one step, sat on the
Do I
ground,
have
game
that?
over,
Oh, I
got
might
a
have
blue item. Didn't
Yeah.
even do anything.
Yeah,
Got
so
a blue item.
okay, so let's go into the multiplayer now at this point. So in the multiplayer, for those who don't know, you do get rank, so you get XP to improve your rank universally. And you do unlock items, as Assassin just alluded to, and I feel like those items are random. Like, they're people, like Assassin said, he came into the game for 2 seconds, and he got a blue item, which is a rare on the scale of rarity, for lack of a better term. Blue is the rare, and then you get legendary above that, exotics. But I mean, isn't that crazy? Don't you think that's a little broken, or chaos, or clowns? Anybody?
Not really, because the multiplayer rewards are supposed to be random. They're not supposed to be set. So, I mean, good luck to... I mean, that's just damn lucky of Assassin that he come in last second and got that. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that, I mean, that goes for everything. Even in, like, Borderlands and other RPGs, when you get a loot drop, you're lucky as hell, because what's the odds of something dropping like that?
Well, I think that they should. I mean, I can understand the randomness. I mean, it needs the randomness there, but then you look at other aspects of the PvP, and you look at somebody like Inferno or yourself, Chaos, that really try to stay at the top of the leaderboard with your ratio, and then you look at me and like a couple other people that might drop like a .10 and still get a blue item. It's
Yeah, it's so frustrating for those people who actually try hard,
But, I mean, would you rather it be that the person who, scores the most gets the most reward? I don't think that's very fair to everybody. I think everybody should have the opportunity to get this good gear. I mean, I don't think just because, you've spent the most time playing multiplayer and, you're a fucking tryhard, should you get that right to get that gear? No, everybody should have that right to get the gear.
I can understand there, but if when we play with Inferno earlier, let's say, out of like 5 rounds, Inferno is like at the top of the leaderboard every single time, and I think he got 1 white item, and I got 1 blue thing, and other people got greens. Inferno 1 white item.
Yeah.
He didn't even get 1 fair drop, not even a green.
I think that I think it's a good point that everybody should have the ability to get that loot, but like I think that's not well explained. So like somebody like me who goes into the game, like say you want to really get into Destiny and you want a game where you can do single player and multiplayer, and you go into the multiplayer, like, yeah, I'm liking this, I'm doing pretty well. I'm kicking some ass here, and then you finish the round and you don't get a good gun, and somebody at the bottom of the list gets an incredible weapon, and you're just like, really? And you don't know how it works, and it's like, all right, well, that kind of discourages me from playing it. So I think they're kind of in that regard, they're discouraging people from keeping the community alive. No?
I don't know. I just keep going back to the point where it's not who does the best. It's I think it's really just random, and that's the only thing I can say is that I mean, I know you got the white and somebody got the blue, but that's just bad luck. And I mean, even if you were playing I hate keep going back, but even if you're playing something like Borderlands, and somebody got a legendary to drop, it's just RNG. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to go back to another aspect too while Inferno is on this topic about random stuff and things happening, people trying hard in the PvP. That's another point, Chaos, that we should hit, is that it is on balance as far as which characters you choose. I mean, like, the Titans are so overpowered compared to everybody else, and the shields and the way they can one-punch people versus other characters. It goes back to what you were saying, that the best players shouldn't always get the best loot. But now what about the characters that are overpowered? It's still on balance in that aspect.
Yeah, I feel bad Assassin hasn't gotten a word in. You want to talk about that a little bit, Assassin? You got something to say about that?
Not really. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got anything to say about that, Chaos? About the characters being unbalanced? You agree with that at least, or?
I feel like they're unbalanced. I feel like the Titan Defender class is very unbalanced in PvP because your special ability, and I hope nobody in chat does this, because if you do, you're downright. I'm sorry for my language. You are a fucking asshole. But they use their bubble shield, and it is essentially a bubble shield from Halo. But they use their bubble shield and they stay in it, and then when they see somebody, they pop back out of their bubble shield, they shoot you, kill you, then run back in, because you get an overshield when you go in the bubble shield. It does not drop your shields or health while you're in there. Now somebody can come into the bubble shield, but see, most people won't think that. They'll think, okay, well, I'm going to wait for him to come out. No, all the dude's got to come out is pop out, kill you, run back in, he's got his shields back and ready for the next person. It's a fucking asshole move, so please do not do this. And it is going to be patched, I'm sure. I hope.
Especially MLG players, please pay attention to Chaos.
I'm sure half the MLG players are doing it. There's a kid, and he's a scumbag, and I hate him. And I was watching his stream the other day. I think his name is I don't even know. But anyways, he was doing this in a Rumble match, and all he was doing was sitting in his little bubble shield with a fusion rifle, waiting for people to come around the corner.
Another overpowered thing.
And then, whenever they came around the corner, he popped out, shot him with a fusion rifle, jumped back in his bubble shield. He's a scumbag. I'm sorry, but that's a scumbag move. You have no skill at all. All you do is use the most overpowered crap to win.
It gets frustrating, man. It gets frustrating. It's gonna turn people away. So they need to patch it as soon as possible. But these overpowered elements are gonna turn people away. And that setup right there is the most overpowered I've seen.
Yep.
But I mean, a lot of people roll with fusion rifles and shotguns, right? Assassin loves the shotguns, I think, right, buddy?
Oh, I love shotguns so much. They're my best friend. I just want to, grab one, just start petting it, make sweet love to it.
Oh, he Assassin.
The shotguns in this game are like equivalent to a Halo shotgun. Like, you got to be, if you're so many meters in close to them, you can pretty much destroy them.
Yeah. So, take home message about multiplayer. Right now, it's unbalanced. It's a little bland to me. But the new mode that just came out today, Salvage, we played a couple of rounds of that before the podcast, and it looked pretty good. I mean, we played it, and it was pretty good, right?
We had fun playing it.
Yeah. You liked it, right, Assassin?
It wasn't bad. It's a lot better than that domination crap.
Yeah.
We've been playing. So.
Yeah, Control, yeah. So, anything else about multiplayer, clowns, before we kind of move off it, or?
It's garbage.
Nice. All right. Well, there you go. There's the take-home message from clowns. It's garbage. Oh my god. All right. What else do we have to say about Destiny? Jizzle says he would do that tactic, the M26 dart haul. I know you would not do that. I think you'd roll with the shotguns in this game, Jizzle, but I don't think you'd do the bubble shield, because that's just downright cheap.
But let's be honest. people are going to use the most OP thing, and he had brought up a good point. The M26 Dart.
From back in the day,
Everybody in Battlefield 3 was using the M26 Dart. I even use the M26 Dart, so you call me a scumbag all you want, but people are going to use
Yep,
the most OP thing. Once they find it, they're going to use it.
definitely.
So-
Yep. Wow. All right. Anything else about Destiny? What else do we got to talk about Destiny? Did we miss anything? Yeah. Anything about Destiny Assassin before we move on to Minecraft?
One thing.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like Bungie, I mean, they made it the Halo series. It was great. I don't know how long they made it, but it was, long time. But I feel like they played it safe. They saw that, Halo was so good that they're like, oh, let's not reskin Halo, but put all the stuff that made Halo good and just put it into the stupid game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was just,
I
it's
think-
annoying. Don't play it safe, I
Nope.
mean, look at Nintendo.
Yep.
I mean, you don't need that.
Well, before we move off Destiny, I'd like to go around the square here and get an out of 10 review at this point in time. We may revisit this as more content comes out, but at this point in time, considering that it just launched this week, what do we give Destiny? We will start with Clowns first.
2 out of 10 for the graphics, and that's it. They just get a 2 because the story is non-existent. The strike missions are horrible. There was no raids. I hardly saw a community event. And the way that you go into each planet and pick the thing that you're going to do is garbage.
All right, so there's a 2 out of 10 from Clowns. He likes the graphics, and that's about it. Assassin, what do you think? Out of 10?
I would give it. I'd probably be rating this a little bit high, but a 5. I mean, the graphics were good, way too repetitive, just way too. Maybe even a 4. I mean, on certain days, maybe 0. But if they add more stuff, maybe make the DLC free. I mean, come on, we paid $60 for nothing, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, give us something here.
So the 5 out of 10, the good parts about it, graphics, and what else? What else gets you the 5 out of 10?
The fighting, the web, shooting thing,
yeah.
All that crap. That was amazing.
Yeah,
I
the
liked that.
gunplay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Chaos, you got a number for us, buddy? You can give a high number. That's fine. You can give a high number. Give whatever you want, dude.
Well, I mean, going over what I like about it, okay. I'm gonna say, and I'll try and be the best sense I can here. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10, and that's strictly because I'm enjoying myself right now playing it. And I'm loving the character growth and all that, but again, missions get repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
And they're getting stale, and the strike missions are getting very repetitive because you do these strikes and stuff to get better gear, but everything's very repetitive. And I think if they added more content to it, it would be such a much greater game. But unfortunately, this is what we got. We got 3 or 4 planets to explore, and then after that, pretty much nothing.
Yep.
And the reef area, I don't want to spoil it for anybody, and if Diabolic's watching, I'm sorry, but the reef area, it's just a cutscene area. You can see it on the map. It's just a cutscene area. So, I mean, right now, it's a 7 out of 10 for me.
It's
Who
just
knows in a couple weeks.
cutscenes? Oh, my God.
Map filler.
Damn it.
They built it up so much, and I think they shouldn't have. I think they built it up way too much, and I think if somebody come in here with low expectations and said, yeah, well, this is what I thought, this is what I thought it would have been. But so many people were hyped up about it, so many people were excited about it. I was excited about it. I think I got what I paid my money for, even though I'm a little frustrated with the PvP part of it. I'm a little frustrated with how many lack of missions there are. But I feel like it's a game you can go into with your buddies. Say, hey guys, you want to play a strike real quick? Sure, let's just go play a strike real quick. It doesn't follow that standard MMO path. It doesn't say, well, we're gonna go raiding tonight on the Dark Bishop's Castle. It's not like that. It's more, these are multiplayer activities that you and your friends can do. But guess what? You get to level up your own character, and you get to unlock legendary weapons. I think it's like that. I don't think it's what they hyped it up to be. It's something different altogether.
Mm-hmm. All right. Before I mean, I agree. Out of everybody on the panel, I think I'm closest. I'm in between Assassin and Chaos. I think that I would give it. I have a hard time giving it a 6 because I think the gunplay is very, very good.
It's very smooth.
I think it's really, really smooth, and I think the graphics are incredible. But I mean, there just isn't enough content for me. I mean, I'm gonna give it a 6. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. And it's hard for me to do that because I was looking forward to this, and I feel like it will get better, but right now it's a 6 out of 10. The content just is not there, as Chaos said, and it just feels very, very repetitive. And for me in a game like this, I want to see more loot. It comes down to that too, and especially when you read the interviews they were giving, and they were saying that the concentration was going to be on loot and not on leveling up, to 100 or whatnot. That's how I feel about it. 6 out of 10. I mean, we'll see how it gets. But let's go to the chat just really quick to get some of the scores people have been giving. Clown said 2 out of 10 in the chat again. Garrett says 7 out of 10. The Jizzle says 5 out of 10. Dieball Killer says 10 out of 10 would bang. Thank you. Thank you for that. And I think that's all we got for ratings. Yeah. So that's how we feel about the game. I think we should move on because we've already been talking about Destiny for an hour. And we want to talk about Minecraft for a little bit. But anything more about Destiny, just real quick? Anybody? No? No? All right, cool. All right. I know, clowns. 2 thumbs down. I know. But we'll see. We'll see what maybe on the next podcast we'll address Destiny again and see what we're thinking, and definitely come back for that if you're interested in that. We'll talk about what the official reviews say because they'll probably be out by then. So we'll discuss a little bit of that. So let's go to Minecraft. So that came out on when? Friday? A week ago today? Is that right?
Thursday.
Or was it Thursday?
It was
Wasn't
Thursday.
It was Thursday? Okay.
Thursday night.
It came out Thursday night. They said it was going to come out Friday. PS4 jumped the gun on them a little bit. Came out with it on Thursday, or was supposed to come out with it on Thursday morning, but didn't really make it because PSN sucks, just to be blunt. But so Minecraft came out Thursday night. Everybody but me here picked it up on Thursday night, right?
Yep.
I picked it up on Friday. I believe it was Friday morning I got it. And what do we think about it? Just very generally right now, did it live up to it? To the hype and the delay, or is it just the same old, or what? What do we think? Assassin first, maybe? Go ahead.
I think that I mean it was delayed, but I mean there's problems with the game. I mean we get like the world that we were playing. I mean constant frame rate drop in the jungle, especially when it's raining out. I mean it's like Watch Dogs multiplayer. Well, not as bad, but still.
Yeah.
I mean, we have constant things removing from our inventories and stuff. I don't know. I don't see that much anymore, but definitely like maps and stuff. But I mean, I would still give this game a 10 out of 10.
What's wrong with it?
I mean, if we were giving it a rating, because I mean, it's just a wonderful game, and I would, love it and make it my own. Yeah.
All right, so we got a positive review so far. Let's go to the other person who played Minecraft very extensively before this edition. Chaos, what do you think about it?
Oh, it was very much worth the wait. I enjoy Minecraft a lot. I think it was very much worth the wait, and I'm hoping to continue on with some cool Minecraft worlds that we've created.
Yeah, we're going to show off a little bit of... not just quite yet, but in this podcast, we'll be going through a little bit of the world that we've been working on together, so you guys can check it out. Clowns, what do you think? So Clowns and I hadn't really played a lot of Minecraft before this, and, we're kind of like Minecraft noobs a little bit. I mean, Clowns has a daughter that plays it here and there, right? So you knew how it worked out. I was like a complete noob. Clowns was like in the middle. So Clowns, what do you think of it?
I gotta say, I love it. You know, my daughter tried to get me back into it on the 360, back on her iPod. She's got like all these, you know, like Android Minecraft and all that stuff. She was always trying to get me into it. I looked at it and I was like, oh no, this ain't good. And then when it came out for Xbox One, $5 upgrade, you know, was definitely feasible. Got it. And as you know, we haven't been really able to stop playing it. We love it.
Yeah.
Going for the achievements, is building your world. It's actually kind of exciting.
All right. The Jizzle says he has a confession to make. Before he makes his confession, I'll give my opinion about Minecraft as well. I was a complete noob, and I agree with Clowns. It is exciting. It's really exciting. It's really cool. Yeah, while you're out, you built something in my little world. Jizzle, I think I noticed, buddy. I noticed. And the guys all told me about it, so it's a confession. But anyway, I'm loving it so far. I think it's really cool. I agree with Assassin, though. There's been a little bit of frame rate drop here and there. Mostly in the jungle, right, though, Assassin? Have we seen it anywhere else?
Nether, big time. I had a huge Nether problem.
Oh, in the Nether, okay. So, like in the hell equivalent of Minecraft that you can go to through a portal, if anyone's a noob here, they have a little bit of a frame rate drop, which kind of sucks because this console is so powerful. I don't understand why we can't just get 60 frames a second on a game like this. But, I mean, there is a lot to explore. So, I mean, does anyone here know how high it goes up? So, if you were to say from, like, block level 1 to block level what? What's the highest? Do you know? In a number, or do you not know?
I think there was one world where Chaos lost his map, so he couldn't find me at all. Because I was in the far, because the world's too big for the map. So once you get far off the map, you're a little circle, which is very annoying. But I think I went up 4 stacks of 64.
Holy cow. All right, so 4 stacks of 64 for all those mathletes out there. 256. So if you can get from level 1 to level 256 in terms of block level, that's a lot of data to process. So, I mean, a frame rate drip here and there, I guess, isn't too bad. But we're getting in the chat that other people haven't had problems with frame rate. Go into a jungle while it's raining, and it crawls, man. Trust me. It just crawls. Yeah, but we have anything negative to say about this game before we talk about some of the worlds and stuff? I don't think we have anything negative to say about it, really. Really, sky's the limit on it. If you haven't tried Minecraft, definitely check out some streams of it. I mean, Assassin streams it very regularly. And, you know, there are other streams and stuff and videos out there. Minecraft's been around a while, and it's quite popular. So definitely check it out. It's definitely a cool game that if you hadn't tried it and you're kind of just ignoring it because you think it's, you know, there's not much to it. There's a ton to it. So definitely give it a try. What is going on in the chat? Oh my god. Oh yeah. So on our world, we've had a little bit of a problem with a little bit of destruction going on. Assassin has been triggering some creepers around other people's farms, aka, you know, Clowns' farms.
That was not my fault. Okay, a creeper in water or a TNT when it's in water, no explosion.
So
okay.
hold on. Let me explain it from my perspective. When I was off the server and I come back, I had like 30 cows, 100 sheep, 900 pigs, whatever. It was a nice little farm. It's built up, and thanks, Garrett. I appreciate it.
Wow.
Anyway,
go ahead.
But anyway, it was growing, and I was offline. Assassin does something. I come back online, and the Assassin's like, "There's something I want to tell you, but I don't really want to tell you." Go to my farm. Find out. He says it was a complete accident. However, on top of this accident, what was more ironic is that he lifted dirt from my underwater bridge to rebuild a half a farm with cows underneath the water. On top of it. So, Assassin's definitely leaving little parts out here and there. But that's alright. I left a nice little sign in his room, so he can enjoy that when he reads it.
Oh my god.
Wait, where's the sign?
Oh, let's go find it. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring up the
Yeah, sure.
capture card.
Can show him off my room.
We'll go into Assassin's room. I hope we're not intruding. But you guys can get an idea about the diversity that you can get in Minecraft.
Don't steal my dick. Don't steal it.
Oh my god, here we go. You can name weapons and stuff with enchantments, and
And Assassin named something.
named it something very dirty. His diamond weapon, something very dirty. So this is the pathway.
After he killed my cow.
It's gonna be a little delayed after you kill your cow. I don't think clowns will ever let Assassin down. Ever let it go about the cow killing, but
Hey, I rebuilt the farm.
All you gotta do is talk about Destiny. He'll get off the cows in a minute.
there you go. Yeah.
built the farm with pieces of my underwater bridge that flooded.
Wow.
Hey, I was trying to fix it so more cows and stuff didn't die.
He actually had to swim underwater to get those pieces.
No, I just took them from the top.
All right, so this is Assassin's room. It's gonna be a little delayed because the capture card and the microphone. There's a little bit of a delay. It may be like a second delay, but you guys will get the gist. So yeah, this is a little pathway to his room, and he's got this little, what do you want to call this, lobby area, Assassin? I don't know.
Yeah,
if you-
I guess.
with all the glass panes and stuff, with the water underneath and the lava flowing down. I think that's pretty cool. What else we got in here? We got nice carpet going on. I mean, your imagination can just run wild in this thing. So where's the sign, clowns? Adults only. There's a sign that says adults only.
Wait. You know what? I
What?
left it in Phoenix's house. Where Assassin hangs out all day long by the window. That's where I left it.
Here's Assassin's bed. It says forever alone. That's pretty sad. Let's go into the adults only room and see what's going on here. Ooh, this is fancy. So yeah, I mean, you can do like anything. Pretty much anything. I mean, there's so much to build, and you don't get everything unlocked right away unless you're in creative mode. So in the regular just survival mode, you won't have to worry about having everything unlocked. You do have to work for it. There is a progression in the game. You do get rank that you can use to make your weapons better and stuff as a form of like enchantments and stuff that you can do in an enchantment table. It gets really complicated, not complicated, but really complex, and you'll enjoy getting there. You start with nothing. You just walk out. You get some wood, and you really start from start from nothing, and you build your way up. It's a really cool game, and I'm glad they brought it to Xbox One. The only real quote unquote topic that I really wanted to talk about in terms of the Xbox One release instead of just Minecraft in general was the fact that it took so long. So it came out on the 5th. Was it the 5th? No, the 5th. Okay, the 5th was Friday, so it came out the day before, which was the 4th. So it took a really long time for them to get it out. I would love to see if you can find out how many people bought it, but you probably can't. But you think it's too little, too late, or you think it's gonna be active? You think we're gonna keep active on it? How about that? Assassin,
Yeah,
Chaos.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely.
We should keep active. I mean, there's always stuff to build. I just built a mob spawner the other day. I mean, there's always stuff we can build and try out and do. And we haven't even gotten into the cool stuff like, leveling up and fighting the Ender Dragon, because that's a really long process to do because you have to, pretty much make an experience farm and then try and level yourself up enough and level some gear up enough to go up against the Ender Dragon. It's like, that's actually a raid, if you want to call that a raid. That's actually a raid. So to me, I mean, that we'll be on that for a while.
Yeah. I mean, there is so much to do. I mean, there's an ocelot over there. The first couple days playing it, I was not bored in the least to play multiple hours worth. and it's only $20, guys. So I mean, if you got $20 just kicking around, you want a really fun game to play, and you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of. I mean, there isn't a story or anything, but you make your own story. You know, you make your own thing. Here's Clowns' farm, by the way. Oh, it's kind of replenished. And why are there multicolored cows?
Because Assassin has.
I was going for achievements.
Yeah, he's
Needed
been,
multicolored sheep, and it's glitched.
He's been a naughty boy.
Oh, these are sheep?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, yeah, so you think we'll be active on it, Clowns? I mean, we're newbies. You think we'll keep playing it?
I do. I think, you know, to be honest, though, I think with all these games upcoming, too, like Forza and, one of my things, Sunset Overdrive and those stuff, I think that we'll probably take breaks here and there, and I think we'll go back to them when we get bored of those other games.
Yeah. I mean, it's also one of those games that, you know, since there is no story, you can go back, you know, here and there, 20 minutes here and there, an hour here and there, and just work on your world and then back out if you want. It auto-saves, so unless you turn it off, it auto-saves. And you can just be creative when you want to be creative and then bounce back to a different game. I mean, you don't have to feel like you need to grind, you know, for a long time. You can't back out whenever you want. You know, some games you feel like, oh, if I stop now, then I'm going to lose all my progress or whatever. This, you can make progress whenever you want, and you can play as long as you want, and you'll always be making progress.
And the thing is, this game's not even complete. They keep on updating it, adding more, you know, mobs. I mean, the PC just got bunnies, you know, all those other biomes that we don't even have yet. So, I mean, it's just going to add more gameplay.
Horses.
Yep, horses are supposedly the next update, so, I mean...
And that's coming very soon, from what I last heard.
Yeah, they just have to bug fix the PS4 and Xbox.
Oh, is this is Phoenix's house, is it not? What is this?
The one with a bunch of flowers, yeah.
Yeah, I left the sign in there.
Good luck finding my house. It's hidden.
Clowns peed here is the sign. Oh my god! All over the flowers.
Oh,
I regret
man.
getting all those flowers.
Oh my
Took
god!
me like 3 hours.
Oh god!
It's like
Just look
stuff
in the
like that.
chest.
You can just go and
leave messages for people. You can go on each other's worlds and stuff. What is the maximum amount of
just
people
go
you
on
can
and
do? 8? Is it
8,
8?
but they were gonna update it in the future.
So in the future they'll make it more. I mean, I think you can get more on these worlds, but I mean, 8 people playing all together, building stuff together. You could either build the same, you know, focus on the same building or whatever you're making, or you can go do your own thing like we have a little bit. And yeah, I mean, definitely, I think you should check it out. Other than that, do we have anything about Minecraft we want to say? Guys, anything?
Not really.
No. We didn't have any responses to our Twitter questions or anything like that, so we don't have any of those to feature. I think everybody was too busy playing Destiny. Last week we got quite a few responses to the Twitter questions. This week I asked about Destiny, how everyone was liking it, and no one really responded. Sad face. But yeah, Gag goes. Oh my god. We're talking about that meme in the chat. Jesus. All right.
Might as well just show it because everyone's gonna ask about
Yeah,
it.
I'm
just
not.
show
I
it.
can't
Just
show
show
it.
it.
I don't have a way to show it.
Just go on Twitter and then like I don't know.
No, we can't show it. We can't show it.
Alright, hold on. I'll try to link it.
All right, Clown's gonna link it. Other than that, I don't think we have anything else. We were gonna try to keep it to an hour. It went like an hour and 18, but yeah, I think that's it. Anything else, guys?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I just want to say that I'm gonna I'm gonna continue to play Destiny for right now. So if anybody is wanting to play, I'll be on most of the time. I know it's gonna be tedious. I know it's gonna be boring, but like I said, I want to get these legendaries. I want to get these strike missions done, and get my good gear, because I don't want to be left behind when the raids come out
Mm-hmm.
and not be able to do them.
I'll be on
So
Destiny
if
too.
anybody's wanting to do those, hit me up.
Yep.
You got my gamer tag right there. Just go ahead and add me, and if if I don't add you in a day or so, just like send me a message, say, hey, I'm from the podcast, and I'll add you right away. Because sometimes I don't know who somebody is. So
Yeah, I think that's a flaw with the Xbox One in general. Like people add you and you don't know who they are, and you don't even know they added you a lot of the time. They gotta fix that. But yeah, all of us, feel free to add any of us, and send us a message. Let us know you're from the podcast, and we'll definitely add you, and you can play with us in either of these games or all the other games we play. Just feel free. That's why we list it. So yeah, I think we're done. I think that's it.
Well, there was a couple things I wanted to say.
Oh, Assassin, go ahead.
Just on like game releases, because we have to say that some stuff. But one thing, did you create a clan for our podcast cast for Destiny?
Oh, I haven't yet. I haven't got on Bungie because that's the way you do it. You got to go on Bungie and create a clan. But yes, I'll do that too. If anybody wants to join, I'll try and get on sometime and create one for all of us. Because I think there's an actual achievement for doing a fire team with all members of completing a strike with all the members of your clan. So
Ooh, all right.
I think we have to do that to get that achievement. But I'll have to look on Bungie and see what I can do.
All right, so go check that out. Go ahead, Assassin. Go ahead.
Another thing, two game releases that I thought people would like to know.
Okay, go ahead.
Like people probably know this: Assassin's Creed 3, 4, and Liberation all in one bundle. PS3, 360,
When's
and
that
then I don't know. I should have looked, but I'm guessing probably November, October, or something soon. And then GTN Next Gen's November 18th for $50, and on January 27th for PC.
Ooh, $50. Interesting price, especially seeing that Saints Row is getting that re-release for $30. But let's just be honest, GTA has a bigger following anyway, doesn't it? I mean,
Yep.
Oh.
So, I mean, people are gonna pay $50. I'm paying the $50. Are you getting it, Clowns?
Yep.
Clowns is getting it. Assassin,
Definitely.
Chaos, you getting it, or maybe not?
No.
Chaos isn't getting it. He's done with that. But three of us are getting it. So I mean, $50. They're gonna make a ton of money on this, on the re-release. Go
I
ahead.
am gonna get Sunset Overdrive, so I'm planning on doing some multiplayer stuff with that with Clowns and anybody else, all you guys. And
Yep.
again, if anybody in the podcast wants to add me, is gonna plan on getting Sunset Overdrive, feel free.
All right, so there you go. You heard it there. Add us. So I think that's it. Right, guys? We're good?
Yep.
Hour and 20? That was good. All right. So, sorry if we didn't get to your comment in the chat. I was kind of loaded, went kind of fast this week. But next week we'll have a regular kind of podcast. We'll talk about the Xbox news and stuff. It won't be just focused on a couple of games. But these are two big releases, so we wanted to just focus on two big releases this time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to follow us on Twitter, please do that at 4GWQ Podcasts. And you can email us, 4guyswithquarters@gmail.com. Our website is 4guyswithquarters.com. Thanks to Clowns for getting that up and running. We'll have our audio podcasts, audio-only versions on that site, and we're going to work to get those on iTunes as well. You can find us on YouTube. Just search for the user 4 Guys with Quarters. You'll find it there. If you want to check out backlog of episodes or you can't make it 1 week, definitely check it out there. And yeah, I think that's all we got. So for the rest of the guys, see you later. We will
See you guys
see you next week.
Bye.
Later.